Hi, everyone. Welcome to Between the Dots. And today we have a very special guest. Carlos Restrepo is here, and he actually gave our show our lovely little name, Between the Dots. So thank you for that, Carlos. Um, as a huge token of our appreciation, we wanted to have you on as our first guest. So we will see how this goes. Do you want to
Yes.
introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Carlos Restrepo. I'm working at a company called Aevus. I'm the VP of Sales there. I'm also participating in the ASAE TPAC committee council, so really involved in technology. I've been in the association space since 1995. I am a CAE. I have my master's in nonprofit management, and I love the association space, what I like to call the middle sector.
Ooh, love that.
Yeah.
So I know right now you're really excited about MCP servers, and we got into some fun conversations at AMS Fest about that. So can you tell us a little bit about what they are and why you're excited?
And I just want
Yeah,
to
so
say I'm delighted you're doing this because I learned so much from you in these conversations. I am elevated and I hope everybody else is too. Go for
I
it.
hope so too. I will just caveat saying I'm not an AI engineer or anything like that, so I just play one on TV. But MCP server is Model Context Protocol servers. And when you start thinking about large language models, key being model, right, you want to give them context. And so the MCP server is kind of the middle layer that allows data from all over the place to be smoothly transitioned into your language models and provide context, security, and all of those other elements that, people are worried about with data.
Huh.
Absolutely. Huh. So what's so exciting about them to you? What does this sort of provide to our community?
So what I see with these is that instead of software companies really focusing on building agents and so forth, what we really should be focused on is allowing associations and the organizations they work with, or the vendors they work with, or the staff they work with to use their creativity to build their own. And so MCP servers will allow and facilitate a lot more of that kind of creation process where you can connect whatever agent you create or whatever agent you want to bring into the organization to your data sources. And so it allows data sources to be accessed easily and allow for more flexibility in how you connect your agents and how you work with AI in the future.
So what you're saying is if I want something to do something, give me all of the registration information for an event, the MCP server will take that kind of messy English input and kind of funnel it to the right place with the right context, which event we're talking about and which members, and then just kind of put it to the right place and then return back the data you need. So it's kind of allowing you to do that messy conversation of AI between systems.
So what it's allowing is the data to be put into. So like, let's say you decide to build an agent on Claude, or you decide to build an agent on OpenAI, right? And you use that technology for the natural language processing. But that natural language processing needs context, it needs information. And so the MCP servers are feeding the content and the data and the information into your language model, which is what does the natural language processing.
That sounds huge, like this huge advance in what we're doing.
Yeah, it only came out this year. I think it was released in May or March of 2025, and it's made maybe 24. I don't know. I've lost track now, but it's made huge impact. And at OpenAI's big event, the opening session, they just were talking about MCP servers and what they're going to be able to do with them and the value they add for people who are building agents and so forth. And we got very curious about it and started looking into it and just realized this is where the future is going.
Yeah, what future do you see? Like, paint me a picture of what an association can do if they understand it and invest in this technology.
So I think that over the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to see more and more AI adoption. We're going to see more organizations getting comfortable with agents, incorporating them, and building them into their workflows, right?
Mhm.
With MCP servers, what we're going to then see is in the beginning, it's going to be working with vendors that have built them, that have the agents and so forth. But as new generation of technologists come into the organizations, as people who are digital natives, who are comfortable working with technology get in there, they're going to want to be able to take advantage of what they know how to do. And with the fact that AI allows for no code, low code,
Mhm.
they're going to start to want to build their own features and agents and technologies, right? And so MCP servers will actually facilitate this concept of creating a platform, a data architecture, right? Without, in the end, in the background, but allowing staff to build the features and functions they need to get creative with how they serve and support their members.
That sounds so huge for everyone. I know so many people who would be really excited to be able to build their own agents, use their data to support their needs without having to, leverage a partner or spend money. They don't have the budgets, they don't have the resources allocated for that necessarily, but to be able to do that in-house, that would be so huge. So,
Yeah, we're really that our Q1, Q2 goal for next year is to have MCP servers available with our platform because we really feel that the data is going to need to be portable, it's
mhm.
going to need to be accessible, and it's going to need to be protected. And MCP
Yeah,
servers kind of deliver all three of those.
So somebody could
amazing.
query your platform through their large, like through Claude or OpenAI. They could query your platform through the MCP server.
Well, I don't want people to start freaking out saying, "Oh my God, I just made my data available." No. So
We've taken
you
this to the
could
next level.
right? You could give access technically, right? So let's
Mm.
say, so here's, I didn't even think of this, but you just made me think of this more. Imagine you build an MCP server for your organization, and then you allow your members to have access to that MCP server and build their own agents so that they can have their own support person. They can have their own concierge, right? Where
Mm.
they now can have access to the information that you provide based on how they want to work with it.
This is
Mind
Uh,
transformative.
blown.
Yeah.
Personalization at the next level.
Next level. Well, thank you so much, Carlos. We really appreciate you joining us today and sharing all of your insights and excitement around MCP servers. I know what my ChatGPT is going to be looking like all day today as I dive into this. So thank you so much, and we really appreciate your time today.
I appreciate it. Love being here. Thanks for having me on.
Great to have you, Carlos. Thank you.